Yes.
Good evening. My name is Odie Hawkins, and I'm here once again to deal with the moment. Deal with the moment. We want to talk a little bit today. Before I start doing anything, let me bring Zola Salena,
Yes.
my co-person in this whole matter. We started talking about,
Well, even for that,
oh, I like this libacious thing you do.
libation, get something to drink,
Tea.
or tea, or I'm having mango passion coconut drink from Costco's. That's really good.
Wow, all that in one cup?
In one cup, yes, it's really, really good.
Okay, I'm gonna get some of that. I'm gonna pour a little aside of it.
Yes, you like mixing things like a chemist, but okay.
Anyway, we had a little conversation. We've been had an ongoing conversation about Zola's involvement with the weapons involved in Tai Chi. We started studying this together, despite the fact we had a little disparity of involvement at the beginning because she was studying Tai Chi and I was helping some monks study English. But we soon got it together. That was 20-some odd years ago, so it hardly counts as this disparity. In any case, you became involved in the weapons side of Tai Chi early on. What brought you to that?
Well, after learning the form, okay, and that's one of the prime things.
We're talking about Yang 24.
Yang 24.
Not any...
No, yeah, okay. After learning that form, and even as I went to Lightning Tai Chi and learned the form after studying with Master Tom Tran, I became interested in moving my journey along. And one thing I found out recently, while I've tried consistently to be Master Tom Tran's student, I learned recently of a case where a person was trained by a master and he was doing it exactly like the master was doing it. And the master told him, go away for 3 years and come back. So when he came back, he said, well, I've only got about a third. I only remember about a third of what you taught me. And so the master said, go away for another 3 years and come back. And so he came back, he said, well, I only remember 2/3 of what you taught me. And so the master said, well, go away another 3 years. And he came back and he said, I don't remember anything the way you taught me. And the master before it said, that's, go on, go on, go on. But when he said, I don't remember anything the way you taught me, the master said, good. Now it's your form.
Okay, I get
Now
that.
it's your form. And so I'm trying to incorporate what I learned from Master Tom Tran, what I learned with Lightning Tai Chi, and making it me, making it so that...
Lightning Tai Chi, what is that?
Lightning Tai Chi is a martial arts organization run by Master Singh, and it was in Cerritos that I learned with Margaret and Doug Robertson, and was it Lee and Arwan, and other people, mostly Asians, and one El Salvadorian.
Marty Saul Marty King.
And then Harvey, of course.
Harvey.
Okay, but what I'm learning, because it's a process as you study, that to get the chi, so that I can, as I use the sword, Tai Chi sword, that I can put myself into the sword.
Okay, excuse me, there's that word again. Chi, to get the chi.
The complete energy,
Okay,
life source, force. And so it's not just the movements, the blocking, what have you, but I need to be able to feel the tip of the sword. Plus I'm learning the Qigong, because there's Qigong movements with Tai Chi sword.
Specific for the sword.
Specifically for Tai Chi sword. So there's definitely, like Master Tom taught us this one, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, he taught us this one, but there's several other ones that you learn with Tai Chi sword. That is the Qigong practice that you need to know how to do, even as you practice the form.
I didn't know that was a case about the weapons.
Weapons, yeah.
I thought it was something that was strictly for unarmed Tai Chi.
There's so much more involved than just learning how to block and learning how to slice and all that, and the various other moves that you need to know with the sword, and the fact of the different types of swords, the fact whether or not it's balanced. Okay, at third of the sword, it should be balanced, and if there's no groove, it's not a sword that you could use for fighting, because you need the blood groove, I think they call it, so that, because if you have the regular sword and you stick it in, it'll stay.
Oh.
Okay? So you need that groove to pull it out. It like sucks it.
So wait a minute. You mean you actually do consider using this bodily?
If I had need to.
Yeah.
Okay, so that eventually I would get a sword that would be good for it.
Is there a certain kind of personality that is attracted to use of weapons in Tai Chi rather than another kind of
I
personality?
think, it's a matter of...
You seem to be a fairly peaceful person. I didn't know you had this in you until you started swinging the thing around. And then I was, as Master Tom said, frightened.
Don't be frightened. It's just, you should know your body and know your possible abilities, which journey you want to take. As you say with writing, you make a roadmap. So my roadmap includes the fan, the Dao, Shaolin Cane, Tai Chi sword, okay, and just knowing what that is not just an exercise, it's more, it's part that builds me, it makes me a better person.
Ooh, that's a wonderful way to put it. You know, a lot of us, well, I should say not us, but a lot of people seldom think of any martial art as a character builder or anything like that. I'm in total agreement with you about making you a better person. The thing that is interesting about having a sword in your hand or having a
Weapon of any
kind in your hand, and having that become an extension of your hand.
Right. It becomes you. It's not just an extension, it becomes you. Okay, and that's what's important, and that's what's so missing in the teaching of it. It's like this is now an extension, but a separate extension. This has to become part of you.
Okay,
you have to feel it.
Once again, you put your finger right on something. When I see other people doing practice with the sword, I get the impression that they're using something.
Yeah, or the cane. Anything.
Or the cane.
It has to be you. You have to be part of the instrument, is part of you. You're one.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. It seemed to me they are to grab something. It's like taking this ballpoint pen, which doesn't become a part of me until I begin to use it. And the people who are doing the cane and the other weapons you talk about, they never seem to be using it as though it's a part of them. It's like somebody picked up a butcher's thing and started hacking.
Yeah, you can hack away, it serves its purpose. But as you move forward in your Tai Chi journey, you should learn all the intricacies, the purpose of the flag on the bottom of the Dao, the purpose of the attachments to the sword, that they all have a history, and it's important to take time to understand what it all means. And then as you fully understand it, don't half understand it. As you fully understand it, then you can share what you know.
How long does it take?
A lifetime.
A lifetime.
A lifetime, okay? I've come a long way from where I was, but I still have a long way to go.
That's a wonderful admission. I think for those of us who are really serious about this and take it seriously, you have to give it that. We are certified Tai Chi Chuan teachers. We've been certified by Dr. Daniel Hoover and Dr. Jonathan Lin of the School of Healing and Martial Arts, which means that we are like beginners. After 20-some years, we feel like beginners who are also teaching.
Right, because there's so much to learn, okay? It's like getting a PhD or a master's degree. There's still so much to learn and to comprehend that Tai Chi is an internal martial art, all right? And that there's a smoothness in the Chi. I never will forget Master Long touching our, from the Buddhist temple, we happened to be at a celebration there, and he was seeing us out of the temple, and he just happened to touch our arm, and that feeling you still feel 20-some years ago, that energy.
But light as a feather.
Light as a feather. And
Light
even when
feather.
he put his hand over us, like blessing us, our heads, still feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you think back to what you didn't know and what you found out, what does this do? I can talk about my own personal experience, but I'm interested in yours. What do you do when you are dealing with people who have no concept, no conception of?
Well, as a mother, I think of it as when my, son, when Russell was walking. Okay, he started walking at 9 months.
Russell is your son?
Yes, Russell started walking at 9 months. Then he started hanging around other children. And all of a sudden one day he was crawling. And I'm like, excuse me? Okay, would you get your ass up? Excuse the expression. Okay, I'm like, so you hang around these kids and now you want to crawl. And I found it interesting. And so when I meet people who are beginning their Tai Chi journey, I try to appreciate where they are, okay, and encourage them to move further along, because if they believe in the dream that they can move further along in the process, I believe in the dream too.
Yeah.
And that don't pull you, don't let anything pull you off of your goal in life, whether it be Tai Chi or anything else, because at the end of the day, you want to be you do not want to be laying on your bed dying and say, I
wish I would have done that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it in a slightly different way. If you think about writing, as Muhammad Ali used to say, writing is fighting. I've thought about this. Well, the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, I don't say your sword, mightier than some sword.
Most swords.
And I'm beginning to appreciate more and more the effect that Tai Chi is having on my. I don't like to think of writing as art, as some kind of artistic thing. To me, it's a lot closer to plumbing. It's a lot closer to. I really. I've had conversations with people and they, oh, get out of here. No. I look at our friend Jerry Harrell, who is a wonderful all-around person concerning fixtures and equipment and so forth and so on. He can refix houses. Anyway, when I look at him and I think about what it is I do, I see certain similarities. First of all, you have to have a certain kind of expertise in the equipment that you're using. In the case of the writer, is to know what kind of genre of story you might like to use to tell a certain story. For example, I'm telling the story that my friend gave me, my friend Palmer Mitchell laid on me the other day, and I'm sending it to you, pal. Don't worry, you'll be getting it soon in the mail, or maybe from a closer place than that. He's talking about how it is that people who have become accustomed to talking on their cell phones might someday, I'm not going to disclose the whole thing, someday might be using other more manual methods to communicate with people.
Phrase that.
So think about that. It may be AI or it may be whatever it is. When it comes down to equating the writing, let's say, with plumbing, I think of it in that sense as a craft, because if you are able to take a short story, for example, let's say this is a quick fix that you need, something wrong with your car, and you have to be able, I refer to some master mechanics that I know. One of them was a friend of mine named Clyde Jackson. Well, maybe he was a friend, maybe he was a friend, depending on what day you met him. But he's saying, in order for me to be able to fix this car, I have to first figure out what's wrong with it. So how do you go about that? So if I were a doctor, I would take off my telescope, my stethoscope, and put it on your heart and so forth on. But since I'm not doing that, I'm going to turn on the motor. He says to me.
Right.
Okay. He turns on the motor, and I'm looking at him study the smoke coming out of the exhaust. Okay. Okay, he has successfully figured out what's wrong with the motor by the color of the smoke coming out and the density of it and so forth and so on.
Right.
It seems that the carburetor is not doing the right kind of work that it should be doing, which is putting a strain on the slave cylinder and so forth and so on. This is real.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm thinking about Tai Chi as a guiding light for the writer, since that's what I am, what I do, where you start off with a very, very careful sense of balance. I don't want to start off with a lot of fluid words and a lot of excessive, gorgeous stuff when I'm talking about something very simple. The baby was walking at 9 months and then started hanging out with the other little kids and started crawling.
Right.
Okay, psychologically I could think, well, maybe you picked up some undesirable habits from them.
Hello.
But crawling is not an undesirable habit, it's just something
I'd never done.
Okay, something he's never done. And also something very normal. Now I'm asking myself, was Russell doing something abnormal, or were they doing something abnormal? Okay, then let's skip abnormality and consider the conflictual situation could develop coming from that premise that he, without ulterior, without previous influence, was walking because nobody had ever told him you should walk.
Right.
Everybody else around him was walking, so he was like, why not walk?
Right.
And then he runs into some other dudes who crawl.
They're about his size, yeah. Right.
Hey, these men got to get on with them.
Right.
So he, without being too funny about this,
Okay, Russell.
he figured out how to be in both worlds. So I'm assuming that he walked a bit and he crawled a bit.
Yes, he did. Okay.
Until he finally made the total decision to walk, which is what he's been doing for a few years now.
Well, yes, I've encouraged him very strongly. Get your ass up and stop dirtying your clothes.
Okay, but going back to the Tai Chi thing, when you talk about the Chi, I equate the Chi sometimes with the creative energy you feel when you sit there at your desk, sort of blindsided by lack of imagination for the moment. Some people would call it block. I don't believe in blocks. I think that you are just temporarily involved with something else in your mind, and it'll come. It's like losing your keys. I have no place to lose my keys but in the house or in the car. So if it's not one or the other, so that reduces it to certain kind of possibility.
Well, you know, I like the fact that they're writing, that you can get up in the middle of the night, you know, and no matter how you're dressed,
Dress has nothing to do with it.
You can do it, okay? And as you know, for years I love wearing the Tai Chi outfits because they're loose and allow for the Chi. Well, dismiss, okay. Not quite enough time. Anyway, and so that I love wearing the outfits because of the looseness of them and knowing that you need loose clothes. But you can wear any loose clothes.
Any loose clothes.
Any loose clothes,
Yeah,
comfortable clothes, comfortable shoes. You know, or if you're comfortable in the grass, you know, barefooted, that's one other thing. But for elders, we usually need some type of foot support. And, you know, and usually that's not sandals, okay? That's some type of support, shoes that are not too thick, but give some type of support. And too often when people come to do the Tai Chi, they, you know, maybe they have to go to work or they want to go to church afterwards or some other place, and maybe they can't wear what I would think is more comfortable for the Tai Chi. But still, you know, maybe they can change on the way to wherever they're going. But tight outfits just mess up the
Well,
Chi.
the tight outfits I don't want to get into anybody's bad list. But our tight outfits, period, tend to obstruct circulation. I mean, every time I see, and don't get me wrong, it's really nice to see women with nice shapes want to outline their bodies. But if you have a pair of jeans on and you're doing Tai Chi, for example, you're constricting certain flows through your body, especially if the waistline is tight or the knees are tight. I think what I'm gently trying to suggest, I wouldn't want you to do it, I'm simply trying to suggest that, well, let me use a little cultural proof. I have yet to see any Chinese or Asian Tai Chi teacher with leotards on.
This is true.
I've seen videos and books. They always tend to wear something at least this loose. And the reason why is for the reason we suggest. When we have our classes on Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, most people tend to have something a little bit loose and flowing. But frequently, people, they come in bathing suits.
Right.
One lady showed up, yeah, she can on the
California. Well, it's California. Okay.
California.
But yeah, maybe she's going to the beach afterwards. But, and I suggest for those who haven't tried it to try wearing a loose outfit so that you can see if you feel better, after you're doing the form, after you do the Qigong and the Tai Chi. And one of the things I like is in one of, I guess it's a couple of your books, where you talked about Master Tom Tran teaching characters in your book, Tai Chi, and especially women of the night, and day.
And day.
And day. Where
I see you can drive up and down Long Beach Boulevard.
Right, okay. Where their lives are improved. Even in fiction, their lives are improved doing Tai Chi.
Yeah. Okay. Going back to that particular point and how it conflicts with the creative thing, I've used it from time to time. The piece that she's referring to, no pun intended, the work that she's referring to has to do with a pimp who has some ladies, and he decides to give them a vacation, and I believe they go to Jamaica and discover Tai Chi. So he happens to have the only stable of 6 or 7 girls who do Tai Chi regularly, which helps them to breathe better, help them to have better heartbeats and so forth.
Less stress, good blood pressure.
Less stress. In any case, what we're suggesting, I think you're suggesting, I don't want to be guilty of that you might be able to hold better if you had
More
Tai Chi.
Laugh out loud.
Scratch that one. Let me turn the page. Getting back to how Tai Chi itself can help in the creative impulse. First of all, the discipline involved, learning Tai Chi Chuan is something that a lot of people may or may not have. I've seen people for years, and I can't speak for you, I'm sure you've seen them too, who have been trying to do Tai Chi literally for years and can't pull it off. They do the form, but something within the form is lacking. Maybe they've had some other kind of martial arts before that, and they consistently bring in all of the hardness and all of the breathing techniques from, let's say, Taekwondo, Tang Soo Do, or Kung Fu, and it doesn't fit this internal martial art that we talk about at all. It doesn't fit.
In fact, Master Singh had a student, I guess one of his prime students, and when I watched her do the 24 form, I just kind of stooped down on the ground there. It was in a courtyard, basketball court we were practicing, and she looked like she was doing it through water. It looked like a mine.
We saw that in the park one day with a visitor. Yeah.
Right, and it was just so beautiful because it was smooth. It wasn't like a dance necessarily, but she had power in her movements. It was just so entirely beautiful. You could feel her breathing, but it felt so much like she was underwater. And I was like, that's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think that some of the people have been fortunate enough to be blessed to have people who could teach them how to achieve that particular state of being.
Plus they practice.
They practice.
Okay.
Without practice, nothing else works.
Right, yeah.
But when they reach that point, it's almost like understanding, oh yeah, there is power in the softness,
Right.
in the fluidity of the movement. There is something to that. Listen, it's something we could go into for a long time.
We'll mention your website is www.
My website?
Your website. www.odiehawkins.com. And the book that has Tai Chi within its chapters
Yeah.
is Little Sweets.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
I forgot about that. That's a good one.
I'm not sure if
Not only that,
Sweet Peter
there's
Dieter.
several other books where I'm mentioning Master Tom.
yeah.
Ancestral Meridians is another one.
Mm-hmm.
I've hinted at it. I have tried to stay away from just simply writing a Tai Chi book, but to melt it into, to bake it into what it is that's happening in the novel itself. If the character has to have Tai Chi elements, then I don't hesitate to use that. If, for example, he is cool and quiet enough, or has enough of an understanding of his capabilities and is in touch with his body, I can't name a one. The bullfight. Yeah, in the bullfight, it seems like an unlikely place. But think about it, and I'm not promoting the corrida, but if you think about what a seasoned matador has to go through, standing in one place waiting for a 2,000-pound animal with horns that are pretty big and could pierce him, create little holes in his body, to be able to stand there and gain enough control of yourself to be able to say, I can handle this. And a lot of that, I think, occurs in Tai Chi. I think over time, you get to the point where you're not as angry as a lot of people around you are, because you can say to yourself, I am at ease with myself. I don't need to be angry. I don't need to be walking around. As one of the masters said, I don't have to spend my whole day with my fist balled up.
Yeah. It really does.
But
help.
when I need to ball up my fist, I know how to make a fist.
Yes. And it really does help.
It really does help.
Okay, it helps you be aware of your body, so if you all of a sudden feel sick, you catch it before it becomes a problem usually. Okay.
Fight it off. Fight it off.
And yeah, it's helped both of us in our lives.
We can talk about that again at a later time.
And
We're doing this on Tuesday rather than Monday, because on Monday we were doing something that was so... We're busy, so we wound up doing it on Tuesday evening.
And so I just wanted to say that we believe that it has helped us, that if you decide to study Tai Chi, that it will help
Study Tai Chi. In addition to that, pick up a book written by
Odie Hawkins.
me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
I have like 38 of them. And all you have to do, Google
Odie Hawkins.
That's all.
Okay.
O-D-I-E, not the way somebody else spelled it.
Yes.
O-D-I.
Yes.
Odie.
Yeah, Odie.
Odie. Hey, see you next Monday.
All right. This is not FaceTime or Lifetime, but indeed we usually do it on Monday. And I will post it.
We'll try to stay on that.
All right.
Stay up.